Welcome, everybody. This is our second installment of Chat with Chan, and I am Sherry Chan, the New York City Chief Actuary. One of the retirement systems that I work with is the New York City Teachers Retirement System. And so we have with us today Deborah Penny. Deborah is the chair of the Teachers Retirement System here in New York City. And also, she wears two hats. The other hat is being the treasurer for the UFT, which is the teacher union here New York City. So believe it or not, this year has been a blur, I'm sure, to a lot of people. And right now it's already, towards the second half of the summer, and we're talking about September, which is synopsis with fall, which is synopsis with school starting in a few weeks from now. So obviously, teachers and everything that's been going on has been a hot topic around the nation. So we thought we'd dedicate this installment of Chat with Chan to some topics of how, the Teachers Retirement System, the UFT, and obviously my office as well, has been taking care of teachers in a variety of ways. And these topics, obviously there's health safety concerns that the city has been dealing with, but also there's teacher retirements coming up and the accidental death benefits that was passed by our state legislature earlier this summer. So, we have a lot of topics to get into, so I'll just go ahead and delve right into it. Welcome, Deborah.
Great. Thank you. Happy to be here.
Thank you. And so the first topic I guess we can touch base on is, line of duty death benefits for teachers is obviously a very, not a common benefit in the past few years before, what's been happening this year. And there's been a lot of interest, around the nation actually looking to New York City to see how teachers are incorporated in this. And so I guess, could you tell us a little bit about the history about it and, what's been going on? How many people have been affected by this right now? So
yeah, sure. So line of duty death, it's very unusual for one of our members, for a teacher or a paraprofessional, to actually die and the cause of it be related to what they do, to educating children. So the last line of duty death that we had was about 25 years ago. So when our members started passing away, when everything happened, it was really something that we were very unfamiliar with. When a member passes away before they retire, they have something called a death benefit. And the death benefit is basically 3 times their salary, and that's given to any beneficiaries that they decide. Then when COVID came and we lost 68 members, which was absolutely heartbreaking. And they started talking about a line of duty death. And so this line of duty death that passed, we are very, very fortunate for that. So what it does is it gives the statutory beneficiaries. So a statutory beneficiary is, number one, it's a spouse. If there's no spouse, it's children under the age of 25. If there are no children under the age of 25, then it's a parent. And if none of those, then it goes back to just the ordinary disability. What it does is it gives them, the ordinary death benefit. What it gives them is half of the member's salary for the spouse for the rest of their life or until they remarry. And if there's no spouse, it gives half of the salary to the children under the age of 25. Once the children reach 25, then that's the end of it. And it also gives them health benefits. So that is huge. Health benefits for the spouse, health benefits for the children. So many of our members, we have some members that passed away, they had 3 children, one had a newborn, and to give them the money on an ongoing basis and health benefits was huge. So we were really very proud that we were able to get that passed, and the members' families were very grateful.
Right, and I remember, our offices worked closely late spring, early summer to, make sure that the teachers were included in this COVID accidental death benefit because, when we think about frontline workers and those, line of duty deaths, tend to be uniform workers that we think about. And people don't realize that teachers obviously are frontline too because, COVID hits the epicenter, the U.S.'s first epicenter, namely our city, New York City, in February, March timeframe. So definitely they were in the classrooms too and helping our children and the next generation. So I'm glad that they were included. So speaking kind of the teachers in the classroom, obviously this has been a unique year, which is an understatement, of course. But COVID had changed many things in our world, and one of them obviously is being the way that teachers teach, right, and what they're expected to do in the classrooms. And have you seen like how this might affect the retirement rate of teachers of your membership?
Yeah, sure. So when this first happened, it was a little bit higher than it usually is in March, and then everything kind of stopped. So right now, July 1st is usually our big retirement date. So a lot of our members like to retire July 1st because they work the whole year. Their retirement benefits start in July, and then they also get their summer pay. So that traditionally, that is the highest day. And we saw about a 27% decrease in retirements at that point. So I think what our members are doing is they're kind of waiting and seeing, their career is changing. So our members don't become educators for a year or for 2 years. When you think of becoming an educator, you say, I'm going to keep working for 25 years, 30 years. As a matter of fact, we have over 3,000 members that are over the age of 65 and still working. They're devoted to the children. They love what they do. But now everything changed. I was an elementary school teacher for almost 30 years. And you would be right down there on the floor with the kids and patting them on the back and encouraging them. And the thought of what's going to be, the thought that you have to stay 6 feet away from a child and wear a mask where they can't see your facial expression, so they don't know if you're happy or sad. We don't know if they're confused. It has just changed the profession immensely. So I think a lot of the educators are waiting. They're waiting to see what's going to be. So we have a lot of wait and see right now.
Yeah, and I'm sure, my office, my staff, and I obviously are waiting to see how the data changes too, because the topics that we've talked about, the death benefits and the retirements, that obviously affects the pension contributions that we calculate. So we're anxious to see how everything settles too. So, before we wrap up, I wanted to, ask if, there are any teacher members out there that would like to get more information about either retirement or accidental death benefits or anything else. Do you have a resource that they could turn to for that?
Sure, absolutely. So again, this has changed everything, just changed everything. If they have any questions for the union, they can go to UFT.org, and we have something called a retirement toolkit, and it has all of the information there. They could certainly call the union. They can call the call center. They will get directed to a pension consultant who will talk to them, run the numbers for them, and give them information. And the teachers' retirement system has been absolutely awesome. So they have everything online. They're a great resource. They have YouTube videos. Teachers Retirement System is on YouTube. They're on Instagram. They're on Facebook. So a lot of information that they can go to and get everything that they need. So we're definitely here to help them. Even the retirement process, it used to be you had to go to Teachers Retirement System, Department of Ed, Office of Labor Relations. Now with the click of a button, you could retire within 24 hours. Okay. So everyone's here to support and to help. And
yeah, I think the message is that even though we're socially distancing, they have a lot of resources that they can turn to. They're not left alone, and we're always there to help them.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Well, thank you, Deborah, for joining us, and I hope you have a safe remainder of your summer, and take care.
Thank you very much. Have a good day.